So I was sort of bummed when I didn't get the Galaxy Tab S6 back when it first came out towards the end of 2019. But now that I've reviewed a lot of tablets on the channel, I just had to go back and see what I missed out on. So in this video, I'm going to take a look at the Galaxy Tab S6 and find out if it's a tablet you should buy in 2021. I ended up getting the Amazon Renewed version for 399 bucks, which is one of the lowest prices I've seen in the United States. Since I bought the Galaxy Tab S5e from Amazon Renewed, I was hoping this one was just as good a shape as that one, and after unboxing it, yeah, it looks like it's brand new. It didn't come with the official Samsung charger, but at least they did include a charging brick and cable. One of the first things I noticed is how the S Pen is a little bit different style. It's flatter and doesn't feel quite as good as the newer version, which does look a little more like a pen or pencil. Not that the flat style S Pen is a bad one, because it actually works really good and seems very accurate. I just think most people are going to like the newer version, especially if you plan on using it for long periods of time. Another thing I realized is they got rid of the fingerprint scanner that was built into the screen when going from the Tab S6 to the Tab S7. Sure, I can tell it's not perfect on the Tab S6, but for me, I think it's easier to use than on the power button on the Tab S7, and I kind of wish they would have kept that. You get a really nice 10.5 inch Super AMOLED display. I was actually surprised to see this is a little bit thinner and lighter than the Galaxy Tab S7. They switched to an LCD display on the Tab S7, basically making you pay more to get the Super AMOLED on the Tab S7 Plus. You do get a slightly larger screen with the Galaxy Tab S7, but it's not by much. So needless to say, the display on here looks just as good as it sounds. So you can choose between 128 gigabytes of storage with 6 gigabytes of RAM, or for a little bit more you get 256 gigabytes of storage with 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it takes a micro SD card up to 512 gigabytes, so plenty of storage regardless of which one you go with. It also has a Snapdragon 855 processor, which still seems really good for tablets in 2021. Performance on this tablet is also really good. I mean, this thing could have just been released earlier this year, and I think most people would be happy with how snappy the software is. I ran a Geekbench test just to see what it would do, and it's just a little less powerful than the Galaxy Tab S7, but most people probably wouldn't even notice the difference. Gaming on this tablet is probably one of the best you can get, as expected. High resolution graphics and high frame rates with PUBG Mobile. I also tested Call of Duty Mobile and Asphalt 9, and those look really nice and crisp on here. One thing's for sure, you're not going to see much lag or have to wait for graphics to load when it comes to this tablet. It's got a 7,000 milliamp hour battery, and I tested it with my usual battery drain test to see how it did, and yeah, it's pretty good battery life. It lasted right at 8 hours, which actually just edges out the Galaxy Tab S7. Now, to be honest, I don't usually get too excited about cameras on tablets. They're usually not that great. And I always recommend using your cell phone for things like Zoom meetings because they're usually just a lot better quality. But having said that, the cameras on here are a lot better than I expected. You get up to 4K video resolution at 30 frames per second on the rear camera and 1080p on the front. Here's a few samples of photos and video just to give you an idea of what to expect. A really nice feature to have is 2 speakers on each side of the tablet. To me, all tablets should be set up like this, and this one definitely doesn't disappoint when it comes to the speakers. They're nice and loud, has good overall sound quality, especially for a tablet. You're probably not going to find much better speakers than on this tablet. Maybe if you go with the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus or an iPad Pro, but I'm not sure because I don't have either of those. So don't forget to subscribe unless you have already. So let's go ahead and get started. You get 3 or 4 gigabytes of RAM on the Moto G Power, depending on which model you get, and the price ranges from $200 to $250 in the United States. So for only $50 more, you get 128 gigabytes of storage versus only 64 gigabytes or 32 on the Moto G Power, again depending on which model you choose. Nice thing is you can get both devices unlocked, which means you can use it on pretty much any GSM carrier like Cricket, Straight Talk, AT&T. Now that I've used the Galaxy Tab S6 for a few days, I'm really glad I ended up getting this tablet. Nice thing is you're gonna get Samsung DeX with this one, secure folder, Dolby Atmos, S Pen Air Actions, Samsung Kids, Quick Share, and you can also use their call and text on other devices. If you're considering a cheaper $200 to $300 tablet, I would try to save a little more money and go for this Galaxy Tab S6, Amazon Renewed version. It's definitely worth it, especially now that Samsung announced their 4 years of updates. I might even like this one better than the Galaxy Tab S7. Well, maybe. I might have to think about that one. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.